It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings in Wayne County is a popular thing to dine in or take out for one delicious meal, and with the low great prices, it's simply a steal. Famous for the variety of sauces, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. When it's time to eat lunch or dinner, Damon's Restaurant's the place to go. Located in the middle of town on West Cherry Street, yes, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings simply can't be beat. So next time you're hungry and looking for a great meal, head to Damon's Restaurant and enjoy a great deal. The number to call is easy, 588-WING, 588-9464, the real thing. Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings. Those chicken wings are a very popular thing.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show, right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. It is 8 o'clock. We appreciate you tuning in to 105.5 FM Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, how you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Good? All right. That's a nice-looking shirt you got there. It's Wayne County baseball. You get that here locally? I'm sure you did. That's a nice-looking, it's a hoodie. You got your hoodie on.
Go to Sheffield's. They got all you want.
You got all you want. All kinds of Wayne County stuff and Georgia stuff and stuff like that. There with Sheffield's across from James E. Bacon. Oh, we got to check something here. Hold on. Wanted to make sure that we were getting the dial tone here on our call-in line, and it's there. So we're just hopefully Stephen Meeks will be calling in just a moment from Atlanta. Representative Stephen Meeks here with Monday with Meeks. The regular phone line's ringing, but we don't usually answer that until after 9 o'clock. And besides, we're talking live on the air. So I'm sure that State Representative Stephen Meeks will be calling in soon. He's probably been in a meeting this morning, and he should be on soon.
Hadn't heard any difference. Like I said, he normally texts and tells us.
Yeah, usually lets us know. So
he should be calling in shortly.
Okay. And you were mentioning in sports about the TVC down in Jacksonville or Ponte Vedra there. Boy, they had all that rain. Didn't they play like 36 holes yesterday? Everybody played 18 rounds yesterday? 18-hole rounds?
They didn't get 2 rounds in.
They didn't get 2 rounds in yesterday?
They all got 1 round in.
Just
after
one?
The second
wow.
Round. It's been a mess. It's nice to see Shane Lowry hit the hole in one on 17. That was exciting.
That was exciting, wasn't it? I mean, he was fired up. The gallery was fired up. And that dumb thing just hit and spun backwards and plopped down the cup, didn't it?
There's a bunch of balls in the water. I think the best line of the weekend was one of the commentators, I'm feeling sorry for the alligators. All those
They're getting plopped on the head, huh? Bam! What was that?
More balls in the water you ever see. Golly. That was crazy.
Oh, boy. At least they had some somewhat decent weather yesterday, like we did here. But, before that, it was all that wind on Saturday. And there we go. All right, 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, WIFO. And on the phone with us right now from Atlanta, Georgia, or either from here from locally, I don't know, but State Representative Stephen Meeks on the phone with us. Good morning, Stephen. Stephen, you with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, okay. We're live on the air now, and Bob's got some questions for you. We appreciate you calling in this morning here on Mondays with Meeks.
Are you in Atlanta, or are you here locally, Stephen?
I am here locally this morning. Headed back later this morning.
I got you. So tell us what's on tap for this week. See, more and more bills are being passed.
Tomorrow is crossover day, so we'll have a long day tomorrow of getting bills out of Rules Committee and getting across the floor. And we went late Friday afternoon. I think we adjourned Friday afternoon about 7 o'clock Friday evening. And so tomorrow, another long day. Today's a committee day. Some of the committees I know Ways and Means is meeting today, and some others that are finishing up action on bills to get out, and hopefully to Rules Committee tomorrow, and then from Rules Committee to the floor for a final vote. So a couple of things, still on the radar that we are anticipating. One, we have several years ago, as many of the listeners know, we passed a cannabis oil bill giving Georgians with need access to cannabis oil, and we've had some difficulties with that and getting that industry up and going. The commission that oversees that has not yet issued a license. There's one industry up in Tattnall County area, I do believe, that's in the works. There's a couple of different bills dealing with that we've got to probably come together as one piece of legislation, and that'll be something to keep an eye on as we move forward. One of the other things that's very important to rural Georgia, and particularly to hospitals, is a rural hospital tax credit. We have a piece of legislation that's we've not finalized yet that raises that tax credit from $60 to $75 million. A very important tool in the toolbox for rural Georgia hospitals to be able to raise some money and keep the doors open during this time. So a couple of different things, to be on the lookout for tomorrow as we hit crossover day in the Georgia General Assembly for this year.
Everybody across the state and the nation hitting high gas prices over the Georgia House agreed Friday to suspend the state fuel taxes. The vote was 150 to 0. Tell us what that's going to do. I know that's not going to take effect anytime soon, but what's the purpose of that? To help and aid in the high gas prices. I mean, it's hitting everybody across the state and across the country, Bob, as you said, with the conflict going on in the Ukraine, and our thoughts and prayers to the people of Ukraine as they endure this time. But it's an effort to try to get gas prices down. I came home Friday afternoon. I think diesel was nearly, I think it was like $5.25 a gallon in Macon whenever I came home. So the suspension of that fuel tax was an effort that the governor had been watching that, and to see when we need to do that. Of course, you might remember a couple of years ago we did it. It required action by the General Assembly, so we went ahead and passed that to get that approved by the General Assembly, so that we could go ahead and try to reduce the financial cost of gas to Georgians as we work through this period of time and the conflict over in the Ukraine.
And what is the amount of tax on each gallon? How much would it say?
23 cents was what the number that I had heard Friday whenever we were talking about it. So we'll reduce it by that.
And when will that kick in? When will that start for everybody?
It should kick in upon the signature of the governor. Whenever the Senate gets that passed and gets it to him, so we'll be following that to see when that final implementation date is, and I'll let you know for sure.
Okay.
Another bill that's been discussed before the session began is the law permit less carry handguns. Second time in the last 2 weeks, Republican lawmakers passed legislation that will let Georgians carry a concealed handgun without first getting a license from the state. That was the vote pretty much on party lines, 94-57. What's the argument against that? Why are they not in favor of that? The Democratic Party, what are they saying? What's the
I think in general it's
an a stance on weapons, in my opinion, and First Amendment rights. And the bill does not. One thing that was reported on Friday, I was listening to it on the way home. One of the things that was reported was it does away with the background check to purchase weapons, and that is not the case. As many of you know, that we had a process in place that would allow citizens to go in and purchase a permit to carry a concealed weapon. There are still states that recognize that permit, what we call reciprocity. So if you have a permit and you retain that permit, then other states who recognize Georgia laws for their state, you would be able to carry in those states with a permit. Should you continue to have that, but it doesn't eliminate the need for the background check when purchasing firearms. One of the things that was reported afterwards, but it does allow law-abiding citizens to carry weapons without a permit. One of the things that the Dems, and really when it comes to some of the issues, firearms, etc., they pretty much locked down over the years, and this was no different than in the previous years.
I know you're interested in any farm issues, any bills that the local farmers need to be aware of.
Nothing right now. We're certainly working. We finalized the budget on Friday, the big budget. So we've done amended and the big budget before we left on Friday. And one of the things that we had worked on, in particular for Wayne County, Chairman Tiller and myself, was some funding for an ag center that had been brought to our attention and kind of in the works here. So we were able to secure $250,000 for that effort in the amended budget. So we're looking forward to that moving forward as the Senate finalizes that and gets it to the governor for his signature. The big budget did include some pay raises that we had been talking about. The amended budget finished up the $5,000 pay raise for school teachers, much needed there, and then we moved into the fiscal year 23 budget, which also included some additional pay raises for school nutrition workers, a 5.4% pay raise for those workers in the school nutrition program, as well as bus drivers and school nurses, and then the Regional Education Service Agency. So we included that in the amended budget. It became a topic of conversation. We included that in the big budget, 23 budget. It's a topic of conversation that's been surrounding the amended budget once we were doing and finalizing some pay raises there. So we continue to budget very conservatively in our state to keep our budget balanced, which is required by the Constitution. And these uncertain times with the economy. The economy is strong right now, but in these uncertain times, with what's going on in the Ukraine, we continue to be very prudent in our budgeting to make sure we're doing what we need to do to address the issues of Georgians.
If you're just joining us, Stephen Meeks, State Representative, on the phone with us Monday with Meeks. You mentioned this crossover day tomorrow. That means if a bill doesn't pass one house or the other, it's pretty much dead. Is that correct? Is that how that works?
That is correct, yes, sir. So tomorrow, by the time we adjourn, some years we've gone to midnight. One year the Senate went home pretty early, and we were there much later. But that is correct. If a bill that has been introduced in the last 2 years of this biennial session, if it doesn't pass one house, one chamber or the other by tomorrow, when we adjourn, then those bills are essentially dead, and only those who cross over that make it to the governor, unless there's a code section that has been opened up by another piece of legislation that moves forward. There's always an opportunity there for it to be included in another bill that is in the same code section as as a piece that may not pass, but it does make it more difficult.
Does that mean you're going to be doing a lot of voting tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
A lot of voting going on.
There will be a lot of bills passed tomorrow. That is correct.
All right.
You have a crystal ball. What's going to die tomorrow on the floor?
I don't, not a crystal ball that's real clear at this point, no, sir. We do have we do anticipate an elections bill that'll come up that will, I understand it will address some particular security paper piece, and there may be some other pieces of that. They haven't said for sure yet, and I haven't seen it, but that's probably one that will garner lots of debate as we move through tomorrow. And then again, the rural hospital tax credit, we don't anticipate an issue with that. It's been very popular among, of course, rural Georgia, and many of the lawmakers understand the importance of that program. So those are just a couple of the ones that we'll be keeping an eye on as we move forward tomorrow.
I talked to Bill Workheiser on Wednesday. He told him the governor is coming this Friday. He said you're all going to be in session, so you won't be able to be here Friday either.
Right, that's correct. It will be in session, so I won't be able to make it. But hope we have a great turnout for the governor and a lot of support down here in South Georgia. And just hope that we can have a good turnout for him, and as he gears up for the primary.
Now, when y'all send y'all's bills over to the Senate tomorrow, the ones that are passed, and y'all receive the ones in the Senate, what's the process beginning on Wednesday with y'all looking at the Senate bills? How does that work? Does it go through committees? Does it just go to the floor? How does that work?
Yes, sir. Much like it happens when we introduce bills, they'll be read and referred to committee, and then committee work will begin on those bills. A lot of times, and you won't see many House bills pass the Senate before crossover day, and you rarely see many Senate bills cross the House before crossover. So everything will be read and referred to committee, and then the committees will report them out, and then then back to the floor for a full vote. And the way it works in respective chambers. So if I have a bill that has passed the House that goes to the Senate, once it's read and referred to committee, I'll present it to the committee, then I'll present it to the Senate Rules Committee, and then once it clears Senate Rules Committee, then a member of the member will ask a member to carry it across the Senate floor for the debate there. So we stay involved with it as the process continues right up to the floor vote on the Senate, and vice versa in the House. The members will come present to the House and House Rules Committee, and then we go from there.
Okay.
Again, Stephen Meeks on the phone with us again. Busy day tomorrow, crossover day, and then like I said, the budget still has to be approved. We'll talk with Blake tomorrow, but hadn't heard much on the budget. Sounds like it's going to pass pretty easily, I think. Right.
Yeah, it was pretty easily passed in the House, and we look forward to them getting that done, and looking forward to a crossover day. And as listeners are hearing or getting different messages about different bills, happy for them to reach out to me tomorrow during the day. Will be a long day, but I always enjoy being with you guys and conversing with our constituents at home.
They're always interested in what's on the mind. Because you're hearing from a lot of constituents, anything important on their mind, or any bills? A lot of us been dealing currently with some of the legislation moving forward, different issues there, but we're beginning to see emails and get calls on the fuel cost and what we can do there. So hopefully the federal government will act as well in reducing or suspending the federal taxes on fuel as we move forward. So just encourage everybody to reach out to their Congressman Betty Carter and others to get a feel for what may be happening in Washington when it comes to that. Okay. Well, Stephen, always good talking to you on Monday. Again, have safe travels to Atlanta and from Atlanta, and good luck on crossover. It sounds like it's going to be a long day tomorrow.
Great. Thanks so much. I always enjoy the opportunity to be with you, and as usual, if anybody has any concerns or thoughts, happy to have them reach out to me on my cell at 912-207-0813, and we certainly appreciate the time this morning.
Okay, Stephen. Stay safe.
Great. Thanks so much.
Take care. All right, State Representative Stephen Meeks here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, Mondays with Meeks, as he'll be heading up to Atlanta later today and get ready for that long day tomorrow on crossover day as the bills go from the House over to the Senate over to the House, and the ones that are passed tomorrow. So a lot of voting going on tomorrow, Bob. A lot of voting.
Sounds like a long day.
Yeah, it always is, as they try to hammer out those bills to send over to the other chamber, and then it goes through that whole process, just like a regular bill does in either one. And so they'll debate those, and And they'll come up on the floor sooner or later, the ones that make it out of committee for vote. And then, of course, I think April 4th, if it's still set, will be the day they're supposed to hit the gavel and head home for this session. But hopefully they'll be able to get that bills passed and quickly signed by the governor. As Stephen Meeks said, he didn't know how long it's going to take in order to get that. What he hears is 23 cents a gallon that will be suspended for a while to help folks with the high gas prices.
Once they get out of Atlanta, they got to hit the campaign trail because they're all running for election.
That's right. They can't campaign during session, so after starting April 5th, or 6th, they'll be out there hitting, shaking the hands and going to the meetings and putting the miles in the vehicle, campaigning, going all the way up until the primary in May.
And in case people missed I guess we should run down the list of people qualified again for the county commissioners and school board races. Again, a couple of people qualified on Friday, so most of the races are contested, but there are some uncontested races. So I just want to run down the list again, all who qualified. So here's the list again. All these people qualified. Again, in District 1 for the county commissioner, Chairman Herschel Harris is not seeking another term. So right now there are 3 people running for that seat, and they are Mike Gordon, Brian Griffiths, and Steve Jones, who qualified on Friday morning. So 3 candidates in District 1 for the county commissioner's race. Again, Mike Gordon, Brian Griffiths, and Steve Jones. In District 2, Kevin McCreary running unopposed. District 3, Mike Roberts also not seeking another term. There are 4 people qualified to run in that seat, all 4 on the Republican ballot. Those 4 candidates are Larry Brantley, Tim Hopkins, Morris Melvin, and Corbett Nichols. In District 4, incumbent James Thomas, the only person who qualified to run as a Democrat. Again, he'll face opposition in November as Fred Anderson qualified as a Republican candidate in that district. So that race will go to November with James Boot Thomas, the Democratic candidate, Fred Anderson, the Republican candidate. Again, both running for District 4 County Commissioner. And in District 5, both Kathy Keith and Jamie Hickox have qualified to run. And then again, they're running for that special election, which will be set tomorrow and decided tomorrow night. Again, only 201 registered voters have voted early in the 3-week voting process. There are 3,599 registered voters in that district. So
you said just over 200 have voted?
201.
201, and let's say that it goes...
It's less than 10%.
And so if you do 201, and let's say you have 200 vote tomorrow, which may or may not happen on election day itself, that would be, let's say, right around 400 votes out of 3,001.
3,599.
Wow. Just a handful of voters going to make the decision, looks like, on the county commissioner for District 5.
Well, they both have to run again in November.
Yeah, they both have to. Well, one of them does. Whoever wins.
Well, they both qualified this week. They're both running in November.
Oh, they're both going to run. Okay, both of them will still run no matter who wins.
Well, they have to qualify.
Yeah, so both of them will run no matter who wins.
Both on the ballot in November as well.
So whoever the winner is will have the position for several months, but the other one will run against them again, along with whoever else may qualify between now and then.
Nobody else qualified.
No one else qualified.
Qualifying ended Friday.
Oh, so it did. So no one else decided to run for District 5.
No, those are the 2 candidates running again.
All right, so they're running now and run again in November.
In the school board races, District 1, Joe McPipkin's unopposed. District 2, Bruce Harris has opposition from Kelvin Mock. District 3, Ray Davidson not seeking re-election. Todd Wise, the only person to qualify. He's running unopposed. District 4, Sharon Daniel unopposed. And District 5, Nick Ellis and Tina Mosley. So you have 2 contested school board races. One in District 2, Bruce Harris and Kelvin Mock. In District 5, Nick Ellis and Tina Mosley. The rest are unopposed. So Joe McPipkin and Sharon Daniel will have another term, and Todd Wise will be the new school board member in January in District 3. So that's all who qualified. Again, qualifying ended Friday at 12 noon. So those are the candidates running for county commission seats and school board seats in Wayne County.
Is this an average for folks running for office for county commissioner and also school board, or is it less folks wanting those positions?
Most races are contested, so it's interesting that a lot of the races are uncontested. But it's interested to see 4 in one and 3 in another, and only 2. So, but like I said, you have 2 incumbents not running, so I guess they feel it's wide open. Without Mike Roberts and Herschel Harris running, you got 3 in one and 4 in the other.
Okay. So the ones that are the 2 that are uncontested are having several folks in there then, right? Okay. So we'll keep up with that right there as the primaries. Now the primaries come up in May for the Republicans and the Democrats. Of course, on the school board, that is not political. There's no Republican or Democrat. So that'll go right straight into the general election in November.
Right.
Okay. But tomorrow will be the voting day for District 5 between the two candidates. So if you did not vote early, you can go to the polls tomorrow for District 5 for the position to replace Ralph Hickox as county commissioner, and that's between Jamie and Kathy. And those two will be on the ballot tomorrow. And so now, do they go to the regular polling places, or they just go to the one there in District 5?
Go to the polling place in District 5.
Okay.
People in District 5 know where the polling places are.
Okay, so if you live in District 5, then go to your regular polling place. Is that correct?
Right.
All right.
And if you don't know where the polling place is, call the probate office or the registrar's office. They can tell you.
Yeah, and they can let you know. But they'll be replacing Ralph Hickox, who ran for mayor, who won that, and so it's District 5. So that's the part which includes a lot of the city of Jessup and right outside of the city of Jessup.
Right. The person that wins Tuesday will be sworn in and fill the unexpired term, which runs to the end of December.
Okay.
And like I said, both candidates are on the ballot again in November, and I'm sure they'll both run because November will have a lot bigger turnout because you've got the governor's race and all the other races on the ballot in November. So
right.
The fact that it's been a low turnout for the early voting process here, it's kind of sad. But like I said, I think a lot of people will just they're both running in November, so they'll decide in
November. Okay.
November will be a large turnout.
Were you surprised that no one else decided to run, or you really thought that it would just be them two since they qualified?
I thought somebody else would throw their hat in there and just run in November, considering November's going to be the big turnout.
Right.
So I was waiting for somebody else in District 5 to jump in, but nobody jumped in. So I said the winner tomorrow night will be on the board for just a couple months. I said. We're in March, so there'll be April, May, June, July, August, September, so about 8 meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they meet just once a month?
Yeah, the county meets we got call meetings sometimes, but the agenda's once a month, first Monday of the month.
All right. Well, we'll find out. We'll let you know the results of tomorrow night's special election for County Commission District 5 tomorrow, and then, of course, again on Wednesday, all day long. Well, we still don't know whether Freddie Freeman's going to stay in Atlanta or not. He did not show up to practice. The Dodgers and the Yankees are throwing all kinds of money in front of his face, saying, "Please come to us." So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, Bob. I mean, there's two rich clubs there, really wanting him big time.
Yeah, hopefully he stays in Atlanta, but the Dodgers and the Yankees both have deep pockets. So the question is it all about money or is it all about staying in Atlanta? But you think if he's going to stay in Atlanta, he would already sign with Atlanta.
Signed and be there at practice. Yeah.
That's what's scary, but you never know. Like I said, I'm sure Dansby Swanson and his teammates are calling every day saying, "We need you.
We need you. We need you." I mean, when you think of Braves, you think of him. He's the face of Atlanta for the last few years. You have those faces through the years, and hopefully he'll stay there. But money talks.
Now that they've reached the agreement where the National League's going to have a DH. You think the Braves would reconsider, and it was apparently he wanted 5 years or 6 years. The Braves went on. There was a 1 year difference, which was a big thing. So
he wanted 5. The Braves wanted to get 4.
Now that the National League's going to have the DH, the Braves should just say, "Look, we'll sign you for the other year
for 5 Braves." I mean, it's just another year.
I mean,
the man's talented.
I mean, when he gets done playing first base, he can just he's the DH. So you think the Braves would want to keep him? So give him the other year. Speaking of another year, how about Tom Brady coming back for another year? Age 43. Unbelievable.
Well, when I was listening to our AM station on Friday, WLOP 1370 AM Fox Sports Radio, some of those hosts were kind of thinking that, since he didn't have an official press conference and, all that kind of stuff and didn't sign back with the Patriots for a 1-day contract to have his jersey retired there, that he only did it through social media, that he wasn't really committed to his retirement.
The rumor was he wanted to go to San Francisco, but apparently
They were talking about that too. Because that's where he's from, is the Bay Area. He grew up a Joe Montana fan. His parents still live in the Bay Area.
I'm sure Gronk's going to re-sign. That's the big story.
So.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to stay with Brady.
Stay with Brady, yeah.
I mean,
Brady's going to take care of him.
Yeah, I mean, if Brady's coming back, Gronk's coming back. I just got to believe that.
You would think so.
I would think so.
Because Gronk had a good year just like Brady did. And they just need another really good, top-quality wide receiver, looks like there.
They've got a good team. I mean, they were close.
Got a good team. So. No doubt about that. So what's going on sports-wise this week for Wayne County High School? Anything?
Just got baseball tonight. Got baseball tomorrow night. Got baseball Friday in Baxley. So it's a 3-game week. And then it's the key week because next week's region play. So
the last of the non-region.
Got to get ready for a region play next week. So it's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday next week. Tuesday and Friday, Coffee's in our place, and Thursday we're at Douglas. So at least we got 2 of the 3 games at home to start the region schedule. So the Coffee is supposed to be one of the better teams in the region. So.
All right. Well, who does the Wayne County varsity baseball play today here at home?
Jeff Davis. It's a special night tonight because they're going to honor the career former coach and superintendent Jay Brinson. Again, the family of Jay Brinson will be on hand throughout the ceremony of first pitch, and there's a special presentation being made tonight at the ball game. So make sure you get there early for the pregame ceremony, which should get underway around 5:45 at the ballpark. So big crowd expected for that ceremony tonight.
Okay. I'm sure there is. And it's going to be good weather today, so it's good that they're having that tonight.
Yeah.
So Jeff Davis coming to town, and first pitch still at 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And if for some reason you can't make it, Bob, we're going to be there for live play-by-play action right here on 105.5 FM and around the world on our website. Just go to BigDogCountry.com, click on live stream, and it's right there.
NCAA March Madness gets underway this week. Got to go fill out my bracket.
Got to go get your bracket done, huh? Fill it out.
Pretty sure who I'm going to pick to win it all. So.
Okay. All right. And you're going to let us know that win?
Friday,
so everybody will know when to select someone else?
I'll give the kiss of death Friday.
All right, Bob. Anything else on your mind this morning?
Just hope to see a big crowd tonight at the ballpark.
Okay. All right. And the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and by O'Quinn Associates Country Financial.